In this lesson, we're going to learn the concept of calling things particular names. There's an expression in Japanese which means is called. To iimasu. For example, if there was a Japanese boy called Tanaka Hirotake, he could say Tanaka Hirotake to iimasu. I am called Hirotake Tanaka. To iimasu, to be called. We could also say Kono machi wa Shirakawa to iimasu. This town is called Shirakawa. Kono machi wa Shirakawa to iimasu. We could also say Kono shima wa Sakurajima to iimasu. This island is called Sakurajima. Kono shima wa Sakurajima to iimasu. If we were looking at a picture of a particularly unusual animal, we could say Kono doubutsu, this animal, Kono doubutsu wa nan to iimasu ka? Nan to iimasu ka? What is this animal called? And if we looked at the picture, we'd be able to answer Kamo no hashi to iimasu. Kamo no hashi to iimasu. This animal is called a platypus. Kamo no hashi to iimasu. We can also use the shorter version between the name and the object, and it would become to iu. Iu being the plain form of iimasu. So, for example, if we wanted to label a restaurant or a restaurant, resutoran, we would be able to give it a name. For example, Ajinomoto. Ajinomoto to iu restaurant. A restaurant called Ajinomoto. Ajinomoto to iu restaurant. So the name comes first, then we put the to iu, and then the object comes last in the expression. If we were talking about a movie, eiga, and we were going to give the name of the eiga, we would say Shrek to iu eiga. Shrek to iu eiga. A movie called Shrek. If we were talking about a machi, or town, machi, and we wanted to call that town Shirakawa, we would say Shirakawa to iu machi. Shirakawa to iu machi. A town called Shirakawa. There are many department stores in Japan. If we wanted to talk about a department store called Mitsukoshi, we could say Mitsukoshi to iu departo. Departo being the department store, Mitsukoshi being the name. Mitsukoshi to iu departo. If we wanted to give the name of a primary school, the Japanese word for primary school is shogakko. Shogakko. So we could give this primary school the name Jiyugaoka. So we would have 自由が丘という小学校。自由が丘という小学校。A primary school called 自由が丘。And there's a number of those in Japan, it seems. 自由が丘。Some other examples of sentences using this expression would be things like 桜島という島に行きました。Meaning, I went to an island called Sakurajima. So it fits in the sentence just where the object would normally fit. We could also say, これは源氏という本です。本 being a book. 源氏という本です。This is the book called Genji. And of course it's a very famous traditional Japanese tale called Genji Monogatari. Genji. And in Australia we could introduce the trees called Yukari. Yukari という木です。This is the tree called a eucalypt. ユーカリという木です。